How's it going, YouTube? Right, over the years I've done a few different videos on like essential items that you need to carry, mainly in the camper, but especially for this as well. Right, one of those items I've got in the camper because I was using it the other day. That's a job for me tomorrow. New oil cooler, I think this one's leaking. I've got oil in the coolant. Right, down in this corner I've got it on charge because I was using it the other day for the MR2 so I could move it. This one's absolutely battered. I've had it years and it's been a workhorse. This has never let me down. I was given this one to review quite a few years ago, but this particular one, it's not a cheap model, but really good piece of kit. But in the front here I've got another one that I've been given, and this one is ridiculously cheap. As I make this video, this is on Amazon now for $59.99, which is super cheap for what they are. So I think what we should do is we'll get this inside, we'll open it up and have a look at it. Then over there somewhere my Fiesta's parked, and I know it's flat because I've not used it for a few weeks. So what we'll do is once we've had a look at this, I'll charge it up, we'll take it over to the Fiesta, and what we'll do is we'll see how many starts we can get out of a full battery on this. So let's take this back to the desk, open it up and have a look first. Right, here we are back at the desk. This is a VTOMAN, however you want to say it, jump starter. 2,500 amps. It's the model V2500, 2,500 amps obviously. As making this video, this is currently selling on Amazon UK for $59.99. It says on the side 2,500 amp peak current. It'll start an 8-litre petrol engine and a 6-litre diesel engine. I've not got anything that big to try it out. What we'll do is we'll start the Fiesta, I'll run the battery down again so it won't start, then we'll start it again, I'll run the battery down so it won't start again, and we'll see how many times this will start the Fiesta when it's fully charged. It says there on the side we've got a starting current of 500 amps, which is plenty to start any car. Right, let's open this up and see what we get inside. Quick one on the back, it just tells you what the LED is signifying. We've got a green solid LED, the connection is correct and you can start the vehicle directly. Red LED and beeping, that's a reverse connection, we've got the connections the wrong way around. Green LED blinking, the battery voltage is too low, try and press the boost button, then the green light will illuminate and you can start the vehicle. That's the same as what my other one does as well. When the battery's really flat, you've got a little boost button that you can press and it'll let you give it a good one-off start when it's really flat. No light, no beeping. The vehicle battery may be damaged, make sure correct connection, try and press boost. If it's still not doing it, then there's obviously something seriously wrong. Red and green LED blinking. This is like a safe mode, so if we try and start it too many times or we're turning over for too long, this will go into a safe mode and shut down. You should start pretty quick. My experiences with these things normally show that these start really quick. Anyway, back to opening it up. First thing I notice, we've got a nice little carrying case. Open that up, pull out exactly what we've got. We've got the starter, we'll have a look at that in a second. USB-A to USB-C. I'm assuming this is a charging cable. We've got a USB-A to micro USB connection. We'll see what that is. The jump leads themselves. You can see on the side there's your red and green LED and there's a little boost button. This is exactly the same as the other set I've got. So if your battery's really flat, just give that boost button a press, it'll click and then the green light comes on. That's what happens in my other one. We'll see this one. Last thing inside is a set of instructions. I'll just put these to one side and here is the unit itself. This feels slightly smaller than the other one I've got. Nice hard plasticky feel. Doesn't feel like cheap plastic, actually feels quite nice. On the top we've got the power and the battery gauge. As you can see, we're 75% charged. Right, on one side we've got this connection. Got no idea what that will be used for, but it's a 15 volt output. We've got a micro USB input there. I'm assuming you can use that for charging. The other side, we've got the little rubber flap. Under there is the plug. This is where we plug these leads in for the jump leads. It automatically powers everything up, and then that can be connected to the battery. On the top edge, we've got two USB outputs. This looks like a USB 3. It says on it out 5 volt, 9 volt, 12 volt. I believe this one's a 3 amp output. The other one's just a normal USB. That's a 5 volt output, 2.1 amps. There's also a little torch. If I press and hold this power button, this turns the torch on. Press and hold again, turns the torch off. At least you can see then where you're sticking your leads. We've got a micro USB for the charger there. What we'll do is we'll plug that in and see if that actually charges. So there we are, it's plugged in on this micro USB and it's now charging. We do have this USB to USB-C adapter, so if we need a USB-C output to charge your phone or whatever, we can plug it in there and then you can plug that into your phone to charge it. The only thing that I do notice this one doesn't have that my other one has is a USB-C input and output on the unit itself. But for the cost difference between the two, this one is pretty well loaded actually. So what we'll do is I'm going to leave this on charge here to fully charge. Once it's fully charged, let's take it out to the Fiesta. We'll see how you connect it and then we'll see how many starts we can get out of this unit. Right, all these lights are off now, so I'll assume this charged. I'm going to take this, I'm going to take these leads out to the car and let's see if it works and see how good it is. This is the one that's normally flat because I never really use it. As you can see at the minute, it's got a cable going in because it's on charge. I'm actually going to have a bit of a rearrange around first. I'm going to put this van there, move this here, and I'm going to go and start the Fiesta and bring it back here. Right, that's that done. Grab this, and let's go and get the Fiesta. At least there's enough battery in it for it to unlock. Right, there's enough battery in it to start it actually this time. The other day when I tried it, it wouldn't start. And then I drove it from here over there and it must have put enough charge in it just to keep it going again. What I'll do is I'll leave this ignition on for a bit. I've put all the lights on and that. I'll turn these fans up because I think it's pretty close to being ran out. Let's see if we can get it to run out a little bit first and then we'll try this starter. Right, there we are. I knew it was close. Let's have a look at how to use this. First thing, we need to open this flap on the side and plug that in there. Try and do it one-handed. Let's get this bonnet up and let's have a look. I'll dump that there. Negative, I'll put it here on the chassis. That's straight to the battery. And the positive will go on the positive. You can see the green lights come on straight away to say it's there and it's ready to charge. The blue lights are showing it's fully charged. If you don't get any life at all, what you can do is you can press that little boost button there. This battery, it's flat, but it's not that flat. But if it was really flat, it wouldn't do anything. And then you can press that boost button and then it should kick in. But otherwise, if it's just a normal flat battery, it'll kick in itself. Let's go and try and start it. There we are, started straight away. I'm going to stop it straight away because I want to keep this battery flat. Let's flatten it again. Let's see how many starts we get out of it, shall we? Right, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to remove this and let's flatten the battery again. I'll just try starting it. There we are, it's flat again now. I'll put it back on. I'm going to keep doing this and see how many starts we get out of this battery. 2, 3, 4. After the 4th, it's gone into the red and green safety. I've probably overloaded it, haven't I, by doing it so many times consecutively. So I'll leave that for a bit before I try again. But after 4 starts, we're still on full lights, to be honest. So I can see this starting quite a lot of times. And you'd have thought half a dozen times would definitely be enough to get you home anyway. So I'll leave this for a bit and see how long it takes before we can get rid of this flashing red and green light. I literally just unplugged this black plug and then plugged it back in, and that gave us a solid green light again. So I'm assuming we're ready to go. 5. So that started again okay. But to be honest, I can't see it doing much good if you keep doing that, because all it'll do is it'll blow it up eventually, the same as any other starter. Well, we've started it 5 times, we've gone down 1 LED now, so we're down to 75%. As I said, half a dozen times at the most, because if you've got a problem and you're far away from home, then you're going to start it once. You might need fuel, so you might need to start it again. You might stall it, might need to start it again. Half a dozen times is definitely going to get you home. 90% of the time, this is used just as a one-off start for when you wake up and you've got a flat battery. So this, to me, does a perfectly good job for what it's needed to do. Right, so we've just started it 5 times, which to me is plenty for anything. I'm sure you'll get a lot more out of it because we've only lost 1 light, so there's still loads more in it. Consecutively, we managed to get 4 starts out of it before we started getting the red and green flashing light, but that was just a case of resetting it. I'm assuming if you do that too much and you carry on resetting it and working through, it's probably going to damage something. The red and green light's there for a reason, to tell you that it's gone into a safety mode, so it shouldn't really be forced past that. It should be left to cool down a bit before you try again. The only missing feature that I can probably see off this, the same as my other one, is, like I mentioned before, the USB-C connection for the faster charging. It's a bit more of a modern standard now, USB-C, so it would have been nice to see that on this, but it's not there. And like I said, for the money this is currently selling at, you honestly can't ask for better, to be honest. So it's perfectly capable for what it needs to do. I think that's all I can tell you really about this thing. So like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more things like this, you want to see more on the vehicles, and I'll catch you guys later. Cheers. Right, best put this on charge now for a bit. I'll leave that, charge this battery up.